Still prompting manually, you're thinking too small? AI is moving from isolated prompts to integrated systems. And this week, that shift accelerated. This episode breaks down how that shift impacts automation, innovation, retention, and growth for SMBs. Automation is where AI stops being a tool and starts becoming infrastructure. This week, 3 developments made system-level automation more accessible. First, Claude Opus 4.6 expanded distribution through AWS. For SMBs already operating inside AWS, this reduces procurement friction. You no longer need to stitch together separate compliance reviews just to test advanced reasoning models. Advanced AI is becoming easier to deploy inside existing stacks. Second, Amazon Bedrock added 6 fully managed open-weight models. This is important because not every workflow requires a frontier model. Internal reporting, document classification, customer response drafting, and repetitive processing tasks can run on lower-cost models. That gives SMBs flexibility to build automation without overspending on inference. Third, Google Gemini Enterprise introduced a Notion connector in public preview. Documentation is no longer static text. It becomes an AI queryable knowledge layer. SOPs, onboarding guides, playbooks, and operational documentation can now be accessed directly through AI inside enterprise workflows. The pattern is clear. AI is becoming embedded inside systems you already use. The leverage now comes from architecture, not prompts. Innovation expands when capability increases at the reasoning and infrastructure layers. Google upgraded Gemini 3 Deep Think, strengthening advanced reasoning for research, engineering, and analysis tasks. For SMBs building technical products or navigating complex strategy, this increases the quality of AI-assisted thinking. Complex modeling, scenario planning, and research synthesis become more viable with smaller teams. At the infrastructure level, ByteDance is developing inference chips and is in talks with Samsung for manufacturing. This signals something larger. Major platforms are internalizing compute to control cost and scale. When platforms secure their own inference pipelines, they can move faster and potentially influence pricing models. For SMBs, this means foundational capability is getting stronger and infrastructure is becoming more strategic. Innovation will increasingly depend on which ecosystems you build inside. Retention. As AI becomes embedded into systems, governance becomes non-negotiable. A federal judge ruled that Claude chat transcripts were not protected as privileged in a criminal case context. That is a signal to operators. AI chats may be treated as business records. Sensitive client data and internal discussions must be handled intentionally. At the enterprise security level, Proofpoint acquired Acuity to expand AI governance capabilities. This reinforces a market shift. AI security is shifting from a competitive advantage to a basic requirement for doing business. Cisco also expanded its AI defense capabilities to address agentic AI and AI traffic visibility. As connectors and agents increase, organizations must monitor what models are connected to which data sources. Retention today is not only about customer satisfaction, it is about trust, compliance, and operational stability. Growth is increasingly influenced by AI-native discoverability and platform competition. OpenAI began testing ads in ChatGPT for free-tier users. ChatGPT is evolving into an answer engine marketplace that changes discoverability. SMBs must begin thinking about how their brand appears inside AI-generated answers, not only in traditional search. At the foundational model level, xAI reorganized following its merger with SpaceX, increased infrastructure alignment and scaling efforts signal stronger competition in the model ecosystem. More competition can benefit SMBs through improved capabilities and long-term pricing pressure. Anthropic partnered with CodePath to expand Claude access within collegiate computer science programs. This shapes the talent pipeline. AI native developers entering the workforce will influence stack decisions inside startups and SMBs. Growth now intersects with AI systems at multiple levels. Discoverability, platform choice, and talent alignment all matter. 4 key actions to take now. Action 1. Build a tiered model strategy. Stop using one model for everything. This week shows that model flexibility is increasing. Lower-cost open-weight models exist for repetitive tasks. Advanced models are easier to access through AWS. What to do this week? Audit your current AI usage. Identify which tasks truly require advanced reasoning and which are repetitive. What to build this quarter? Create a model selection framework. Define which tasks use lower-cost models and which justify premium models. Risk if ignored. You will overspend on inference and reduce margin flexibility. Action 2. Convert documentation into an AI queryable system. Your documentation is either passive text or operational leverage. This week's Notion connector demonstrates that documentation can become system-level intelligence. What to do this week? Identify your top 10 operational documents. Clean and standardize them. What to build this quarter? Implement structured documentation ready for AI connectors. Treat documentation as system architecture, not file storage. Risk if ignored. AI will remain disconnected from your core processes. Action 3. Implement a formal AI usage policy. Governance must precede scale. What to do this week? Draft a simple written AI usage policy covering data entry rules, client confidentiality, and enterprise tier requirements. What to build this quarter? Implement logging, connector approval processes, and AI asset inventory tracking. Risk if ignored? Exposure to legal, compliance, and reputational risk increases. Action 4. Develop an AI discoverability strategy. Search behavior is evolving. What to do this week? Audit how your brand appears in AI-generated answers. Test queries relevant to your industry. What to build this quarter? Create authoritative, structured content designed for AI answer engines. Monitor changes in AI-driven traffic patterns. Risk if ignored. Competitors will occupy AI-driven visibility before you do. AI is moving fast, and the businesses building smarter systems will outpace those still prompting manually. If this breakdown was helpful, subscribe to the AI Business Brief and turn on alerts so you don't miss what shifts next. Watch the next video in our playlist to see what else is changing in AI.